And this is the only time you're going to see me, but these three are going to play Wipeout! Hi everybody, I'm going to be the disembodied voice for the next half hour. We only have 2 cameras rolling on this, so we are going to play Wipeout. And we're going to play with these lovely 3 people here, and there's a camera right next to you, so we should be able to pick up just fine for the video, but nice and loud to the audience. Let's start by introducing our 3 players who are going to be playing. Starting with our first player, let's welcome Brian to Wipeout.
Thank you!
And tell me what you'd like them to know about Brian.
Okay, so I'm currently living in Salt Lake City, Utah, and incidentally, I happen to have a YouTube channel of my own.
Well, plug it.
Yes, so it's really just my name, and I do pretty much anything I feel like doing. There's some convention trips there, mostly rail fanning, and a little bit of plushie-centered things too. Yes, I like to take my Toho plushies out into public sometimes.
That sounds like fun. All right. Well, best of luck to you, Brian. And Alyssa's here on Wipeout. Let's welcome Alyssa. And what would you like the world to know about Alyssa?
I do freelance voice acting, and that's about it. I'm in a fan video game that's coming out soon.
Fan video game? What's
yeah.
Can you talk about it?
Not much, but it is a fan video game about murder drones.
A murder drone fan video game. Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Make sure when the video goes up, comment on it when you can. And finally, Tim is here. Let's welcome Tim to Wipeout. Do you have anything as interesting as what they've got going on?
This is actually my first time being to an anime convention.
Your first anime con. That's wonderful. What do you think so far?
It's great.
So what brought you, what looked interesting about this to bring you into the game show?
I thought it was an interesting idea.
Okay, well, hopefully it'll be an interesting idea, and this will be your first one, but hopefully you'll win admission to your second. So there you go. That's what we're playing for here. Our contestants, if they win this game, they get free admission to next year's Kanpaicon and a chance in our bonus game to win admission for a friend or family member or whoever the heck they feel like. So here's how we play the game. We're going to show you all the answers to every single question in this game. Here is the first board. Here are the answers for the question. All right, Ice Shield 21, Kingdom Hearts 2, Romeo X Juliet, Blood Plus, Eureka 7, etc., 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 etc. There are 16 answers up there on the board, and as you can see down at the bottom there, we're going to be going back in time. All right, so this question is all about the year 2005 in gaming and anime. On the board are 16 titles of anime and video games. 11 of them came out in the year 2005. 5 of them did not. Those are the wipeouts. So the way this is going to work, Brian, you drew the high card and decided to sit where you're sitting right now. Yep. You are going to go first. You're going to give me an answer. If it is correct, we will put $25 in your bank. And then play will go on to Alyssa, who will then give me an answer. Oh no, you keep going until you want to pass. Yeah, you keep going until you want to pass. The first one's worth 25, the next one's worth 50, 75, 100, and so on. When you can't come up with another answer, you can pass, and then Alyssa will continue. And then when Alyssa doesn't have any more answers, Alyssa will pass, and then Tim will continue. If at any point you give me an answer that is not correct, that's a wipeout. You will lose all your money and your turn. So if you cannot come up with another correct answer, pass. The 2 players with the highest amount of money at the end of this round will stick around and move on to our challenge round. The player in last place will be out of the game. All right? And if there is a tie, when we run out of questions, when we run out of wipeouts or run out of correct answers, we will play a tiebreaker board for those 2 remaining players. All right? Does everyone understand?
Yep.
You keep going until you pass or wipe out. All right? So, Brian, we're looking for the year 2005 in gaming and anime. What of those 16 do you want to start with?
I'm going to start with Gears of War.
All right, Gears of War. Was Gears of War 2005? No. 2006. November of 2006 for Gears of War. So just like that, our first wipeout is off the board, and you lose your turn, Brian. Alyssa, we now go to you.
boy.
You get to give me a first correct answer. It's worth 25 bucks.
I want to say Pokemon Fire Red.
Pokemon Fire Red. All right. Was Pokemon Fire Red 2005? No. 2004. 2004 for Pokemon
Oh,
Fire
that was
Red.
the
Leaf
early
green.
one.
Yep. All right. Well, Tim, 2 of the wipeouts are gone. There's only 3 left. So the chances are pretty good that you're going to find the correct answer. Where do you want to begin?
I'll go with Ice Shield 21.
Ice Shield 21. Did that come out in 2005? Yes, it did. All right. So that gives you $25. The next one is for 50. Do you want to answer or do you want to pass to Tim?
I'll continue with the answering.
All right. Which one do you want to go with?
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist. Was Full Metal Alchemist 2005? No. 2004. 2004 for Full Metal. So that means we are back to you, Brian. There's only 2 wipeouts left. Where do you want to go for 50?
How about Wolf's Rain?
How about Wolf's Rain? Was Wolf's Rain 2005? No! 2003 for Wolf's Rain. So I've got some great news for you, Alyssa. There's only 1 wipeout left on the board. If you come up with it, anything else, you'll have first place. Where do you want to go?
I'll do God of War.
All right, God of War. Was God of War 2005?
My luck is good.
Yes, it was. All right, so the next one's worth $75. Do you want to continue or do you want to pass to Tim?
I'll pass.
Okay, Tim, if you wipe out, you and Brian will be going to a tie break. If you come up with the correct answer, you'll have first place. Where do you want to go, Tim?
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4. All right, for 75 bucks was Resident Evil 4 2005. Yes, it was. All right, now you have first place. Do you want to keep going to try to build your lead or do you want to pass to Brian?
I'll keep going.
Okay, what's your next answer?
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog. All right, for 175 bucks. Shadow the Hedgehog 2005? Yes, it was. All right, so the next one's worth 125. Do you want to answer again or do you want to pass to Brian?
I'll pass.
Okay, Brian? Let me just go over this for the audience. If you come up with the 5th wipeout, that will eliminate you from the game. So this is
Right.
your second place, but there's only 1 wipeout left. Where do you want to go?
Okay, I'll just say Romeo X Juliet.
All right, Romeo X Juliet gives you second place if you're right. If it's a wipeout, that will put you out of the game, and Alyssa
Right.
and Tim will move on to the challenge round. Let's see. Romeo and Juliet. No! Romeo and Juliet was 2007, which means that you are out of the game, Brian, and that means that Alyssa and Tim, you move on to the challenge round. So there you go.
Yeah, I remembered so much wrong.
20 years is a long time to forget. So let me just show you the rest of the board just to show that I wasn't lying. Kingdom Hearts, Blood Plus, Eureka 7, School Days, Honey and Clover, The Law of Ricky, and Hellgirl, all 2005. So give it up for Brian. He wasn't here for very long, but we thank you very much for being in the game. And when we come back from our commercial, we will have Alyssa and Tim in the challenge round. Don't you go anywhere. This might be over real quick. Let's go now. Welcome back to Wipeout, everybody. All right, we are back with Alyssa and Tim, who have found their way into the challenge round. Now, here's how this works. I am now going to show you a board with 12 answers. 8 of them are correct, 4 of them are wipeouts. And then I will give you a question, and Tim, since you won the last round with the most money, you get to start. The way it'll work is, based on the number of answers that you see, you're going to tell me how many you think you can get correctly in a row without wiping out. And then Alyssa will have a chance to up that bid. And then Tim, you'll have a chance to up that bid back to Alyssa. At any point, if you don't want to up that bid at all, you can say, I challenge you, and then you must give me that many correct answers in a row without wiping out. If you find a wipeout, then all your opponent has to do is come up with one correct remaining answer and they win the challenge. We play a best 2 out of 3 on this one, so 2 challenges wins the game and the badge, and gives you a chance to go to the bonus round for a shot at the second extra badge. All right? So, incidentally, audience, we didn't get a chance to move into the tiebreak round, so we'll be playing that with you guys for fun after this show is over. So stick around and we'll play the board together for that. Okay. Anyway, here is the first challenge round board. Looks like this. Samurai Dan, Steve Bloom, Caitlin Glass, Bryce Pappenbrook, some game show guy, etc., etc., etc. All right? So here is the question, and then Tim, you will start with the bidding. On the board, you see the names of several different people who have been guests at anime conventions over the last very, very many long years. Some of these folks are in the top 25 of all time for people who have been invited to anime conventions, and that's according to animecons.com. All right? So what we're looking for are 8 of the top 25 guests of all time. 4 of these are in the top 50, but not in the top 25. Those are the wipeouts for that. All right, so Tim, we start with you. How many of those top 25 guests out of the 8 that are up there do you think you can name?
I think I can name 3.
You think you can name 3. All right, Alyssa, do you want to increase that bid, or do you want to challenge Tim?
Challenge.
All right, Alyssa's going right into the challenge. So Tim, 3 is what you are going for. We need 3 in a row with no wipeouts. Where do you want to start?
Samurai Dan.
Samurai Dan. All right. Samurai Dan, has he been one of the top 25 guests of all time? He's actually number 6. He's the number 6 for a number of anime conventions of all time. All right. So that's 1. We need 2 more.
Veronica Taylor.
Veronica Taylor. All right. Ash Ketchum's original voice. Let's see. Is Veronica Taylor one of the top 25? No. She's like number 32 on the list of all time. Okay, Alyssa, this is your chance. You can win the board by giving me 1 correct answer.
I feel like Christina V.
Christina V. All right. Christina V is in the top 25. You win this challenge. Let's see. Christina V, are you there? You are there. All right, number 17. And that means that you win the board. All right, so congratulations, Alyssa. You win this board. Tim, you will start the bidding on board number 2. All right, so first of all, let's play the rest of this board, shall we? Audience, you get to have fun with this one. Who else do you think is on the list for top 25?
Oh, Steve Bloom's got to be there.
Steve Bloom's got to be there. Well, guess what, Brian? You're alone. Steve Bloom is number 33-ish, something like that. Not top 25. How about an audience? What else?
Kyle Bear.
Kyle Bear. Yeah, he's number 3 on the list of all time.
Yaya Han.
Yaya Han. Low 30s, still in the top 50, but not in the top 25.
Greggo.
Greggo. You think I'm up there? You're right. I'm number 22. What else?
Big Ayers.
Greg Ayers. He's number 2. Who else?
Eric Stewart.
Eric Stewart was the last wipeout. So yeah, Caitlin Glass, Bryce Pappenbrook. Cheyenne Boss is number 5. Bryce Pappenbrook's number 20. Caitlin Glass is in the top 10. I forget exactly where she is, but she's in the top 10. All right, so that is the way that looks. So Tim, again, you're going to start bidding on this one. You need to win this board in order to stay in the game. All right. Here is board number 2. We have 12 names up there. 8 of them are the names of K-pop bands. The other 4 are names I made up. But they all look like they could be the names of K-pop bands. All right, so Tim, how's your K-pop knowledge?
Horrible.
Horrible. All right. How many do you think that you can name?
2.
All right, we're going to start the bidding off at 2. Alyssa, how's your K-pop knowledge?
Probably worse than his.
Do you want to, now, you have a 1-0 lead right now. Do you want to try to up the bid, or do you want to challenge Tim on 2?
I'll just challenge him on 2.
Okay, going to challenge on 2. All right, Tim, if you can come up with 2 K-pop bands in a row without wiping out, you'll tie the match. Where do you want to start?
I'll go with ACE.
ACE. All right, is ACE the name of a K-pop band? ACE is the name of the K-pop band. All right, one more and you win the board and tie the match.
I'll go to Mamamoo.
Which one?
Mamamoo.
Mamamoo. All right. If Mamamoo is a K-pop band, you tie the match. Otherwise, Alyssa has a chance to win the whole darn thing. Mamamoo, is that a K-pop band? It is a K-pop band, and that means that you have won board number 2.
I'm so surprised.
Thanks for the sound effects, Brian.
That's fair.
Yeah, are there any K-pop fans in the audience? Ooh, there's one back there. Do you want to play the rest of this board?
Get it, right?
Get up here. Get up here and play the rest of the board for fun. There are 6 other K-pop bands. Oh, it's Bird from Pressure Love. Hi, Bird. Welcome back. What are the other 6 K-pop bands? I bet I know which one you're going to go for first.
Big Bang.
Big Bang. Correct.
New Jeans.
New Jeans is my favorite K-pop band.
Red Velvet.
Red Velvet.
Tiara.
Tiara.
After School.
After School.
Monsta X.
Monsta X. That's all of them. Well done, Bird. Bird knows K-pop. Yep, I made up On Point, Perfect, Hardline, and Cherry on Top. So there you go. All right, so we are all tied up going into the final round. And here is the all-important one. Alyssa, you're going to start the bidding on this one because Tim won the last board. Here we go. All right, we're in video game land now. These are, 8 of the 12 of these are names of bosses in the Mega Man X series of video games. 4 of them I made up. All right, so how do you play a lot of retro video games, Alyssa?
I do, but not this one.
But not this one. All right, how many of them do you think that you can name?
Probably 2.
Starting the bidding off at 2. How about you, Tim? How's your retro video game knowledge?
Pretty much just Contra and that's it.
Oh, Contra and that's it. All right. Do you want to up the bid or do you want to challenge Alyssa?
I'll go for 3.
You'll go for 3. All right. Alyssa, do you want to go for 4 or do you want to challenge Tim?
I'll go for 4.
You'll go for 4. Okay. Tim, do you want to go for more than 4 or do you want to challenge Alyssa?
I'll challenge that.
Okay. So there is the challenge. All right, Alyssa. If you can name 4 Mega Man X series bosses without wiping out, you'll be the winner, you'll get the badge, and you'll get a chance to play in our bonus game for a second badge. So, we need 4 Mega Man series, X series bosses. Where do you want to start?
I'll do Overdrive Ostrich.
Overdrive Ostrich. Is Overdrive Ostrich a Mega Man X series boss? Yes, Overdrive Ostrich is correct. 3 to go for the win.
I'll do Peril Panda.
Peril Panda. All right. Is Peril Panda one of the Mega Man X series bosses? No, I made it up. Tim, if you can come up with 1 correct answer, you'll win the match and the badge and a shot at the second badge in the bonus game. Which one are you going to go for?
Volt Catfish.
Volt Catfish. If Volt Catfish is a Mega Man X series boss, you're the winner. Otherwise, Alyssa will get a chance to complete her bid. Let's see. Volt Catfish. It's a win and congratulations. You've won the board. You've won the match. Congratulations to you, Tim. Sorry, Alyssa, not this time. Are you here the rest of the weekend?
Just Saturday.
This Saturday, I've got 2 more game shows on Saturday. You can still have a chance to win your free pass to next year. I've got Wheel of Fortune coming up, and I've got Panel Quiz Attack 25 coming up tomorrow morning. So
Cool.
we wish you the best, and hopefully I get to see you tomorrow. But let's give it up for Alyssa. She played well. All right. How many Mega Man fans we got in our audience right now? You want to challenge the rest of this board? Anybody want to challenge the rest of this board? Come up with the rest of the correct answers? I'll take it from the audience then. What's another Mega Man X series boss?
Morph Moth.
Morph Moth is correct.
Will Gator.
Wheel Gator is correct.
Crush Crawfish.
Crush Crawfish is correct.
Launch Octopus.
Launch Octopus from the very first game, yes.
Maybe Chaos Crab?
Maybe Chaos Crab, maybe not Chaos Crab. How about that?
Armored Armadillo.
Armored Armadillo, yes. There's one left.
Neon Tiger.
Neon Tiger is the last correct answer. So I made up Axolotl and Harpoon Hippo, but there you go. All right, so Tim, in just a moment you're going to be going to the bonus round. How do you feel about that?
Amazing.
Amazing. All right, we'll see how it does right after we see about this. Stay tuned. All right, it's bonus round time here on Wipeout, and here's our big winner, Tim. All right, Tim. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you. You've made it this far, which means you are already a winner. You won pre-admission. So there you go. This is your first anime convention. You're guaranteed for at least a second one because you won pre-admission to Kanpaicon 2026. So congratulations to you. Give it up for Tim. Is there anyone here right now who you'd like to win free admission to for a second pass?
My mom's in the back over there.
Mom's in the back. Mom, how well is Tim doing today?
He's living his best life.
He's living his best life right now. All right. Well, he's already saved you $40. Maybe he could save you another $40 right here and now. So there you go. All right, Tim, here's how this works. I'm going to give you one more board. I'm going to put up a demonstration board first of all, however, that we're going to play with our audience, all right? So here's the demonstration board. And we've got Narrow Escapes, Gym Heroes, Skyridge, Last Frontier, etc., etc., etc. And Tim's like, man, I wish this was my board.
I've collected Pokemon cards for 2 years.
So what our audience is going to do, I will tell you on that board are 6 correct answers and 6 wipeouts. All right. So what I would have you do if this were your board is you would pick any 6 of those, and then we would see how many that you got correct. If you get 6 correct, you win, and that's the end of the game. If not, so for example, audience, what's one of those that you think is correct as a Pokemon? We're naming Pokemon card sets. There are 98 Pokemon card sets that have been released in English, and 6 of those are the names of some of those sets. Audience, what's the name of one of those sets?
Dark Shadows.
I hear Dark Shadows, so we would turn on Dark Shadows. What else?
Gym Heroes.
Gym Heroes, we'll turn that on. Okay.
The Unspoken Bonds.
Unbroken Bonds. Yeah, okay, we'll turn that on.
Electric Spark.
Electric Spark, we'll turn on.
Last Frontier.
Last Frontier, okay, we'll turn that on.
Blasting Off.
And Blasting Off, okay. So, you give me those 6, and then we will tell you how many you got correct. Let's see. Oh, audience, you didn't do too hot on that one. So, what happens now is you have to make some changes, but you can't turn something on unless you first turn something off. So, what's one of those that you think is wrong?
Blasting Off.
Blasting off. And what do you want to replace that with?
Next Destiny.
Next Destinies. All right. And let's see if that increases or decreases your score. Ah, look at that. So that was the correct move. Let's try again. What's another one that you know is wrong? Well, I'll tell you, no one else is jumping in. I'll tell you where you should have gone. Last Frontier is wrong. Skyridge. Electric Spark is wrong. Great Encounters. And then Dark Shadows. How about Stormfront? And that's all the 6 correct answers. All right. So that's how it works. All right. So, Tim, you're going to get a different question. I'm going to give you 5 chances. All right. 5 chances to get all 6 correct. Okay? So you'll pick 6 answers first, and then you'll have to make some changes. All right? Here's your question. All right. This question is called Year of the Blank. You see all 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac in alphabetical order. What I want from you is the last 6 years, not including this year. All right? So I want 2024, 23, 22, 21, 20, and 2019. All right? If you can give me those 6 in 5 tries, we'll give you another pass, and Mom doesn't have to pay for herself either for next year, and I'm sure she'd appreciate that. So we're looking for, do you understand the question?
Yes.
Okay, so we want the Chinese zodiac characters from 2024 back 6 years, so 2019 to 2024. Which ones do you want to start with?
Tiger.
Tiger, okay. Then
Ox.
ox, okay.
Dragon.
Dragon,
Rat.
rat,
Horse.
horse,
And rabbit.
and rabbit. All right, let's see how well you did. How many of your 6 answers did you get? Whoa! All right, that means you have made 1 mistake. Now the good news is, with 1 mistake, you can do a little bit of picking and choosing. So the only problem with that is, if you get rid of the wrong one and pick the right one, we'll all know, because you'll have 6 and you'll win. But it gets a little trickier from there. So, which one do you think is wrong?
Rabbit.
You think rabbit is wrong? What do you want to replace it with?
Snake.
Snake, all right. Do you want to make any more changes, or do you want to test that?
I'll change rat for dog.
We'll change rat for dog. All right, do you want to make any more changes, or do you want to leave it there?
I'll leave it there.
Okay, let's see what that did. Okay, you got rid of 2 correct, and you picked a wrong, so you should be able to undo that easily. What are you going to turn off?
Snake.
Going to turn off snake and turn on
Rabbit.
rabbit. Okay, and then you're going to turn off
Dog.
and turn on
And rat.
rat. Okay. So now we're back to the starting point. What are you going to turn off this time?
Tiger.
Going to turn off tiger
For snake.
for snake. Do you want to make any more changes, or do you want to leave it there?
Ox for rooster.
Ox for rooster. Any more changes, or do you want to leave it there?
I'll leave it there.
Okay, let's see what that did. Okay, so you probably know what that means. So go ahead and make your changes.
Snake for tiger.
Snake for tiger,
And rooster for ox.
rooster for ox. Okay, now what do you want to turn off?
Horse.
Turn off horse, and turn on
Monkey.
monkey. All right, you want to make any more changes?
No.
Okay, let's see what that did. Okay, we're getting there. Yep. What do you want to do now? What are you going to
Turn off dragon.
What's that?
Turn off dragon.
Turn off dragon.
And change it to horse.
Change it to horse. Okay, any more changes?
No.
Okay. Okay, you got 2 more. Turn off.
Turn off horse
Yeah,
for dragon.
for dragon.
Then ox for snake.
Okay. Any more changes?
No.
Okay. Still on 4. Brian, you've been keeping track. Has he got 1 more or 2? What do you want to turn off?
Snake for
Okay,
ox.
turn off. Okay, snake for ox.
And rat for rooster.
Rat for rooster. All right, let's see. It's got to be a 6, or this game ends and Mom has to pay for next year. So let's see. Or Mom will make you pay for next year and she can get in for free. I mean, it's the same thing at the end of the day, but still. All right, let's see. Is it there? No, it is not. And good thing you didn't have a clock on you, because usually we put a clock on you for this. So the problem was you switched from horse to, you switched off of goat. Goat was incorrect, but which was the one that you had that was right here?
Rooster or rat?
Rooster and rat. Okay. Rooster for rat. That puts us there. So this year is snake. So we know snake isn't right. What you should have gone with was pig. So you had 5 at the very beginning, but if you come off horse and went on to pig after your first change, then that would have got you there. But you are walking away from here with a free pass to next year's Kanpaicon. So for that, we thank you. All right, and I'm going to come join you now as we get ready to say goodbye to the audience and to the YouTube audience. And so there you have it. We have our big winner, his very first anime convention, and he's won free admission to his next anime convention. So YouTube audience, Tim's a big winner. You can be a big winner too with the liking and the subscribing. Please keep in mind, I do have a Patreon, patreon.com/Greggo's Game Shows. I have a coffee. I have lots of ways that you can help me out, and it would help me out a great deal. So for Tim, for all of our wonderful people who made this happen, thank you so much. And remember, this is Greggo reminding you that trans rights are human rights. Goodbye, everybody.